Oh, great. We're live. That's good. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee Talk. It is February the 8th, 9:36 on the East Coast, New York time. How are you doing today? Sorry we had a little late start. What happened was the internet cut me off. That was fun. And I had to redo the stream because I was saying, no, you can't use the same stream. So, welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee Talk. I hope that you're having a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. So, how is your weekend going so far? What's new and exciting? I know what's new and exciting here, and that is news on the Royalty and Legacy pack soon to be dropping. I cannot wait for this. I think this is going to be really cool. And, there's a lot of people that say otherwise. Okay, I'll give them that. Everyone has their own opinion about royalty and legacy, how they feel about it. There's a lot of mixed emotions in the community. Some people feel that because of the fact, the EA buyout, we shouldn't be buying this pack. And there's others that are just like, oh, shut up, I'll do what I want. And then there are some that basically feel they're being loyal to the Sims by buying royalty and legacy. And as for me, I am just a player. I want to play. I don't care about the politics involved. You don't have a choice who your boss is sometimes. And I think that's what a lot of the people at EA are facing right now. They don't have a choice who their boss is. They're making the best out of the situation any way they can. And however this thing plays out is however this thing plays out. So in the meantime, I'm just going to have a good time. And that's the way it is too. Now, if you have your issues with that, so be it. But one thing I do want to say is I think that this pack is something that the community has wanted for a very, very long time. And just checking into Discord real quick, which, by the way, if you feel like you want to jump on, hey, Rocky, is that you? What's going on, girl? How's it going? Oh, well, I'm so happy to hear that. It's great to have you here. So, what do you think about Royalty and Legacy coming out? What's your feelings on it? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Ex- I totally get it. Exactly. We won't know until it's released. And by the way, congratulations to Sweet and Spicy. I heard that EA gave her early access. So she's been, that's fantastic. Y- Absolutely. Absolutely. She has some amazing content there. And that's just fantastic. I'm so happy for her. I know this is something she's wanted for a long time. So, one of the things I've been seeing is, there is a lot of backlash in the community. A lot of simmers are, you know, going after simmers that are pro for royalty and legacy and kind of bashing them in a way. And I just think that is such inappropriate behavior. I'm not going to name names because it doesn't need to be said, but there's a lot of that going on. What's your take on that? How do you feel about that? Yeah. Yeah. No, no, I think drama is always going to exist in the Sims community, no matter what. It can be something as simple as, I mean, look what happened when the 20th anniversary occurred and they just dropped a hot tub and everybody lost their minds over that. Rightfully so. I think they should have done more for that. But, you know, there's always going to be drama. And the best way, to, in my opinion, I think, to handle it is just to say, I'm going to do what I want to do. And however you handle this is up to you. And one of the things I think that I really like about our community is that we concentrate on the positive aspects more so than the negative aspects. And I think that's what's made our community as a whole um, really great. Is that we're a new group of simmers that are concentrating more so on the positive aspects than the negative aspects. And I think that's what a lot of people need right now because there is way too much negativity in this world with everything going on. So it's nice to have a little positive influence for once. And speaking of positive influence, I was watching some of the early access. I know we were talking about Sweet and Spicy. I'm so happy for her, by the way. And I said that before. I'm saying that again. But one of the ones I liked the best for early access, Nard Villain, by far. Yeah, you said that. Mm-hmm. Sure. Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I see where you're going with that, but in terms of recycled content, that's where I'm going to disagree because we are seeing a lot of new stuff that hasn't been in The Sims 4. I love the ballroom dancing. I think that is really good. Now, yes, that is a form of an upgraded slow dance, but I really like the way they did that. It's really cute, and you can have grand balls. You can do a Cinderella story if you wanted to. I know there's a lot. Right. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. No. No, there's an old adage. It says you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. And I believe that was Bob Dylan that said that. You know, it, but it's true. It's true. You're always going to have that group that's going to disagree, that's not going to like something for whatever reason. And you're going to have that part of the group that's going to absolutely love it. I belong to a lot of Sims groups just to get, the tone and see what's going on. And these are just average players. These aren't people that aren't online, but they want to talk and they want to share, their opinions and their screenshots or whatever. And there is a lot of excitement here. This is something that people have wanted to see for a very, very long time. We've seen the mod come out. People love the mod, the royalty mod, if you're on PC and Mac. And now that this is available to all players, this is really something that they have really requested for a long time. I'm not one of them. I'm not a big royal fan, but I like the way that they did the royals here. It's more like a modern monarchy. And you not only have the chance to have royals, but also you can do corporate dynasties. And you can have, oh, also the update with the family tree. Absolutely love it. Yes. 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 Allegedly, didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize. Um, Allegedly, the update for that is coming out sometime this week before the pack drops. So I'm thinking probably Tuesday. They did make an announcement on X that they had another smaller update coming. So that could be to fix the railing issue. So hopefully they are. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that bothered me so much. I went into my game. I was like, no. But luckily, I play with multiple saves, so it's like I have a backup save of some of them. So one of the have you heard about this hack? What you can do is create a room and take if you have a backup save of these pictures and they're still there, take all the pictures, put them in this room, and then upload it to your library. The Yes. No, I agree with you. I That was really disappointing. That upset me a lot when I saw that. But, the fact is, I am going to give them a little credit, and them meaning the Sims team, that they are doing their best to rectify the issues as quickly as possible. And I do understand that they're under a lot of pressure, and I give them that. But I am glad to see that there is more proactivity concerning the bugs and glitches because I think that this has been a really big sticking point with the community for years. I know that's my biggest issue with the Sims team. In fact, I used my first podcast I had for the GX Simmer channel was Sims team, what the hell are you doing? And I meant it because I would look at my games sometimes and say, what the hell are you doing? And it I think that we need to speak out when we catch these problems and either, well, first of all, report them on Answer HQ. That's the best way for them to see the problems. But also by reporting them as influencers, that's important too. Making people aware, making sure that others are aware. So, and directing them to go to Answer HQ in case they're not aware of that. Because I think a lot of people don't realize that, oh, there's a form we have to report because a lot of people will make some noise on social media. And even though they may have a large following, that noise may not translate to getting that problem fixed. Unless you're, oh yeah. Oh yeah. You have new players joining up all the time. I can tell when it's a new player. When I see certain things like I looked at this one group I'm in and kid posts a picture of, the lights that look like fireflies. And and the kid says, what does this mean? Why do I see all these sparkly lights? And I said, oh, that means you're about to get abducted. Have fun. And I was, everybody was like laughing over that. But that's a new player that may not have any idea about how things function in the game. And I'm seeing that all the time. But in terms of the last pack for The Sims, I'm not so sure about that. I think we will see a lot of kits this year, but I don't think we're going to see the last pack yet. I think the last pack is, I don't think it's Royalty and Legacy. I mean, if it is, I'll eat my words, but I really don't think this is the last expansion pack. Good question. Very good question. There's so many requests that people have had. The major one I think is Cars, but I don't think Cars is ever going to come to The Sims 4. I think it's too little, too late, but I do think that if they're smart, they'll put it in the next iteration of The Sims. And I really think they need to do that because this leads up to Project X. I know there's been a lot of discussion about that. What is Project X? Is it going to be the next iteration? Is this just another title for some kind of other thing? Yeah. Yes. 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 And I think we're going to find out very, very soon. I'm thinking we're going to find out about it. My projection is the summer, midsummer. We're going to hear something about it. And yeah, I think they're going to make an announcement around the summer because that is like the key gaming time for them. I think where people are out of school, both college and high school, people taking time off from work, and that's your optimal playing time, really, because after you have all your fun in the sun during the summer, you're going to come home and want to relax, chill, put on the air conditioning, you know, get your favorite drink, whatever that is, and just go head forth into The Sims, which is, what a lot of players do. I know I do that. So I think that I hear you. I hear you. You got, yes, yes. Well, here's something you just hit on. I want to run this past you. Talking about a younger audience. What if Project Renee is geared more towards that younger audience? Let's say teens, early 20s. Because, right. And what if Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. It well, hopefully not. Hopefully not. You know, ugh, I abhor that. And I don't think it's anything that anyone wants. You know, it may be what corporate wants, but if your customers reject it, you're not going to get the result that you're looking for. You're not going to get the improvement to your bottom line that you're looking for. So, I think doing microtransactions in The Sims would be a monumental failure. But getting back to what we were talking, The Sims, yeah, well, The Sims 3 store was different. I mean, it was a series of microtransactions, but the way they did it, you know, they had some content that appealed to some players and some content that, you know, it basically it was done by I think more taste. Like one of the things I love from the Sims 3 store is there's the, it's this Japanese build buy set, and it's probably about 1999 US when I bought it. I love that. I loved it. It was one of my favorite build items in the entire game. But I think that in terms of doing that, they need to be careful because people will rebel if they feel like there's too many microtransactions. Like, I think one of the reasons why Sims Mobile was cut off early is because of the microtransactions and the way that they implemented. I mean, I think you can do it in such a way that makes sense. Like, let's say, for instance, they do it, but they offer you something as a baseline in between. Like, for instance, I have heard the interview with Lindsay Pearson. She's talking about weather. What if we give you all forms of weather? But you can have this certain package that may be outdoor snow activities, snowboarding, skiing, um, you know, just all kinds of in, outdoor enthusiasts activities and whatnot, and centered around that. Now, somebody like me may say, I'm not really into that. But someone else might say, oh, yeah, I want to get that. And that would be in addition to, you know, what you have in the base game. But I think if you do something like that, you need to do it smart. You need to do it effectively. You need to do it with the right amount of marketing that's going to make sense to your audience. Because otherwise, if you do it too hard and you do it with not enough incentive, people are going to rebel against that wholeheartedly. And that's where I think that, you know, Project Renee more so is going to be geared towards a younger audience. But I think Project X, that's going to be for your older simmers because there's a lot of us out there. And by older, I mean people 30, 40, whatnot. And actually, I just have to plug in my game real quick. So just bear with me while I do that. So I'm just going to throw the Sims up on the screen while I do that, Rocky. So just give me a sec and I will be right back. All right, Rocky, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying is, what if that's geared towards the older audience? And one thing I've been speculating about, I said this on the last live. What if Project X has the ability to upgrade from Sims 4 so you keep all your original content, but it's in a more up, but it's okay. Go ahead, please. You're my guest. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, right. Yes. Yes. 248. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. I agree. Yes. Right. And who are the players with the money? It's the older players. It's the players that are in the 30 to 60 group, some are even in the 70 group. People, believe it or not, I was in a chat room on a group chat, and this woman pipes up, she goes, "I'm 75, I love The Sims." And I was like, "You go, girl." Absolutely. Wow. Yeah. 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 And you're a mom, you have which I believe is the hardest job in the world. Yes. Yes. And you deserve a hell of a lot of credit to all the moms out there that, you know, they definitely deserve it. And working moms, absolutely, 100%. And the thing is that this is the outlet, like you've heard KT say, even on her channel, this is how she de-stresses. A lot of people use it to distress. So the older players are the ones with the money, and they know that EA. So I think personally that they're also savvy and they're smart, and they're going to say, "We've had this game around for 11 years now. We've invested this much money into this game. You're not going to come out with another iteration, and I'm not going to spend another $1,500 on a new iteration." That's personally how I feel as a player. Because, hey, Candy, good morning. We've got Candy in the chat on YouTube. How's it going, Candy? We're here with Rocky at Simply Simulated. And that reminds me, if you like this content, please like, share, subscribe. That way you always know when Sunday Morning Coffee Talk is going to be on. And if you feel so inclined, join us on Discord. Invite is in the chat. We'd love to hear your opinion on things. Yes, definitely, Candy. I'm trying to stay warm. It is cold here. It hit, Rocky, it hit minus 16 here last night with the wind chill. Crazy. In New York right now, I'll show you. It is, pull it up. It it is, let me see, bring this over. There we go. 8 degrees with a wind chill of, what does it feel like? Feels like minus 10. I know. I know. I'm so done with it. It's like, please, spring, come, arrive already. Um, come here, buddy. Let's have a conversation, okay? Sit down. Put put the lights on him, you know. Okay, buddy, listen. Yes, I don't blame you. I have chronic sinusitis myself, so I go crazy with this weather. It drives me nuts. I get all kinds of sinus headaches and can't stand it. But I just hope that it's over soon because the thing is, Northeast does get bad winters, but we haven't had a bad winter in a very, very long time. I'm thinking maybe 10 years at least. It is like, yeah. So, yeah, I'm all bundled up because if I don't have my hat on, my head will freeze. Even though I have heat on, it doesn't feel like it. So I have a portable heater in the back. I don't know if you can hear it. Um, yeah, it is freezing here. I just cannot wait till this cold snap, this Arctic weather goes bye-bye. But the good, oh, nice. Oh, wow. And then you can get burned on if you get too close. Yes. Yes. I thank God too. I'm very happy that I have my home and I'm nice and warm and it could be worse. Could be there's a lot of people out there that are suffering right now and I'm glad that I'm here to be able to do this and talk to all of you. And also, yeah, yeah, yeah. But the good thing about these harsh winters is that sometimes it means mild summers. It means that it's not going to be so astronomically hot as it's been. So, oh God, yeah, 100 and something. Where are you at again, Rocky? What state? Okay. Okay, so all right, you get those Midwest winters. Those are like, yeah, yeah. Are you in Chicago area? Oh, so you get those harsh winds coming off the lakes. Yeah, I can imagine what that's been like for you guys. It's been that's like us compared to New York City. We're about 60 miles east of New York City. So New York City is getting hammered right now with the cold. But we're getting our fair share too. But the thing that protects us, I think, are the winds coming off the bay and the water. So it kind of like steers it away a little bit more. around us. So that's been, it could have been far worse. Last night was really cold. Don't get me wrong. It was like really, really chilly. I was surprised. I was saying, wow, I heard those winds howling last night. It was crazy. But yeah, I'm over this already. I'm like, come on, go, get out of here. Next, bring us, bring us the spring, please. Hurry up. St- you can't win. There you go. There you go. And actually, I want to touch on something Candy just mentioned in the chat. We were talking about not having to buy the same packs over again. She says, I feel the same way, Jen. I'm definitely not going to rebuy a game when I have spent so much money on this. And I totally get that. Totally get that. A lot of players are feeling that. And EA knows that too. So I wonder if that's what we're going to see. If we're going to see two versions, because if you remember when they had that stockholders meeting, they talked about the different versions of the Simverse as it is, like the multiverse, the Simverse, and we saw that there was Sims 4, My Sims, Project Renee, and then there was something else, but they didn't say what it was. And they would all exist alongside each other. Now, that would be an interesting take because let's say you have you have players that do not want to leave Sims 4. They want to stay in Sims 4, and that's fine. But then you may have other players that say, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to give this one a shot." And they go ahead and they try out Renee. And then they decide, you know what? I really liked Renee because you're going to have a group of people that are going to like some of this. It's inevitable. They know, they see the data, they get the analytics, they know where they're going with that. But I also, yeah, yeah, hmm, right, right, yeah, 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 hmm, hmm. I totally get that. I totally get that. That it's that would be interesting. I would love to see that could work out very well the way you explained that. Yeah. No. No. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with you 100%. If I don't like something, I want to be able to have some kind of guarantee. I want to be able to have some kind of refund. But I also, but but if you also remember from previous interviews with Lindsay Pearson, they said that, and again, this could be alleged as well. I may be not reading into this correctly, but I'm pretty sure they said the base game would be free to play. Now that would be a good way of enticing new players. So if you're on the fence about trying this thing and you don't know how you feel about it, you could try it for free. You like it? Great. You don't like it? Uninstall. But then if yeah, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, that is another great point, Rocky. Because, the buyout is major point of contention in the Sims community right now. You have us basically right down the line divided on that. There are people that are just like, I don't want anything to do with the Sims going forward. I'm not going to do anything with the Sims because of this buyout, because of what it represents, and they're very passionate about that. And I understand and respect how they feel. Let me just say that. And then you have other players that are like, and this is kind of my take on it, in a way. I said this earlier. You can't choose who your boss is. You can't. When you go take a job, you can't choose who your manager is, who your supervisor is, who your boss is. You just have to accept it or quit. And that's the position of the Sims team right now. A lot of them may not like what they're doing, who they're working for, but they have responsibilities. They have mortgages, they have children, they have things that they need to do. And they also love what they do. If you've been in a career for 15, 20 years, are you going to throw it away because you disagree with your boss? You may, you may, but you may not. Right. Yes. Yes. I get it. Yes. Yes. Me too. Me too. Oh, wow. Yeah, I do. It is. It is. You know what? And that is a great viewpoint that you made. And I understand how you feel, being that you have a channel, you want to be neutral on the subject. I absolutely 100% agree with that. And, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this podcast was just to say, hey, you know what? Let's just talk. Let's just, because, that day that we were on Discord, you, me, and Lyra, we were just having this great rap session. We were just talking about all kinds of stuff. And that's kind of what I wanted to do with this podcast. And no matter the topic, even if it's contentious, like the EA buyout, this is the place where we can discuss it, whether you're on one side or another. We will respect you and we will listen to you calmly, rationally, in the way that a conversation should be done. Because, even though I may disagree with someone's opinion, I can still respect their opinion. I may not like what they have to say. For instance, I'm just going to call him out right now. Um, I used to listen to Not Malcolm because I liked to hear what he had to say about certain things. I may not have agreed with what he said half the time, and half the time I didn't, but I wanted to hear about what he had to say. And lately I have unsubscribed from him because I disagree wholeheartedly with the way that he is saying what he is saying towards Simmers who are still supporting EA. Now, if that's your feeling, great. But those people are entitled to do what they wish to do, and they should not be called out for what they're doing because everyone has their own opinions, everyone has their own feelings, and people are doing what they want to do for that reason. And that's how I feel, as a player. I just want to play my game. I want to have a great time. I'm not going to be told by anyone how I should play and in what way I should play. That's probably the Gen Xer in me. That's basically like, yes, screw you. Right, right. But I'm prepared for it. Exactly. Ex, ex, exactly. And, for instance, no, exactly. Exactly. Yes. Yes. And I'll tell you, there's no. Mm-hmm. Yes. Right. That's right. No, go ahead. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's all about loving the game, playing the game, having a great time with the game. And that's what it's all about, and the naysayers are about 1% of the situation. Everyone else that loves the game and plays the game, they are the hardcore. They are the ones that really determine which packs are coming out, who what will be the next iteration. These are the people that we need to concentrate on more so. Because if you look at the grand scheme of things, when you see all the other influencers, you and I included, you know, we are a small number compared to what's out there. I think what's out there is like 500 million or something currently. That's half a billion people playing this game since launch. And it's only getting bigger over time. And they know this. They know it. So as many people cry and scream and say, I'm leaving The Sims, even some of the biggest influencers out there who said, I need to step away from the creator network. Okay, fine. There's been others that have stepped up and saying, well, I'm in the creator network and I'm going to keep going and have Mhm. Right. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Absolutely. And I just want to touch on Candy in the chat real quick. She says what we were talking about earlier. To be honest, I think this is going to be the last version of The Sims that we're going to get, even with the revamp. I'm out on that, as I said previously, so we'll see how that goes. A lot of the older Sim gurus have stepped away, and not saying that they weren't doing a good job, but I do like the way some of the new Sim gurus have come in and brought life back into the game. Yes, I yes, I like that statement. Um, Candy. Okay, so I'm with Candy on this statement here. I think Deligracy. I like Deligracy, and she says she was going to step away, but then she posts about having the new pack for free and playing and showcasing it. Why lie to your fans? You put that letter up, and now you hold on, Candy. That's not true. Deligracy said that she is staying in the EA Creator Network to do troubleshooting. But she did say she wasn't going to buy any more packs. But they did offer her the pack for the troubleshooting purposes. So she is doing the early access in that way. But she did say personally she may not buy the new pack. Although I think that's going to change. We'll see what happens with that. I know James Turner has stepped away from the EA Creator Network. And maybe he might come back. Who knows? Uh, but we will see. We will see what happens. This is going to be an ongoing drama that's going to unfold for a while, and I think that we'll find out if and when it's supposed to go through this summer, and that will, of course, change the course of EA as a whole. But the other thing I want to talk about today, just step away from the EA buyout for. Hey, Lyra, good morning. How's it going? Hop on Discord. Talk with us. We got Rocky on Discord too. So love to hear from you. Got the invite link at the top. It's pinned at the top. So come on and hop on. Lyra had a great stream last night, by the way. Were you there? Rocky? Oh, you muted for a second. Sorry. Good morning, Lyra. Just opening my eyes. I get that. It's okay. Yes, the part of the network you still get for free, and I'm not saying she doesn't deserve it. I just feel the transparency. Maybe I could be wrong. No, you're entitled to your opinion, Candy. That's okay. My voice is dry. That's okay. You don't have to hop on if you don't want to. I'm just happy that you came by the stream. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. It's great to see you. So let's talk about the update last week. Have you done any building with the update since it dropped? And also, oh, that's right. You said that earlier. You said that earlier. Okay. I fooled around with it a little bit. I really like it. Set up my Discord, but I don't know how to use it. Well, if you want to talk with us, Candy, go ahead and just click on the invite link at the top of the chat, and you can hop in and talk with us. That's a direct invite for Discord to use voice. So just hop in and then press the mic, and you should be able to talk with us. Well, that's great. More people hopping on the Discord. See, that's what I wanted with this show. I wanted to do the chat on YouTube, but also just to have a conversation about anything. You know, whether it's how cold it is outside and how crappy it is, to the latest information about the Sims team and how we feel about current events in the Sims community, to the update. Um, Let me jump right back to the update. I think you're going to really like this update. This update has so much to offer. I really like the new stairs update. Once you get building with that, you're going to just be floored, I think. I was watching KT do a build the other day, and it came out really gorgeous. Really gorgeous. And I just, oh, you were there too? Oh, I missed, oh, okay. Okay. That's fantastic. That's going to make her very happy to hear that. I know that probably you were on last night too? Oh, oh, I'm sorry I missed you. I gotta make it more. next next time I'll try to stop by if I can. And I really like, I just want to talk about the family tree. I love the way that they did this. Now I heard that there's some glitches going on with the family tree, um, but I don't think it's that bad. I think it came out really good, and I think we got somebody on Discord. Hello, welcome to GX Summer Discord. Who's here? That's just me and you, Rocky. Okay. Maybe there's somebody in the chat. Oh, you sent me a DM? Yeah. Yeah, the railing update. That's gonna be, I am gonna be interested to see how they do that. That's gonna be fun. And Candy says I can't use it because I think it has my old one. I have to figure out what's going on with that. So never. Oh, okay, yeah. She's having difficulty getting on Discord. I avoid playing with the update only because the events always ruin my save files. I'm going to try to play it today. I played with the event the other day, and I kind of like it. It's kind of cute. I mean, it's just like this mini thing, but uh, yeah, I think it's a nice lead into the pack launch on Thursday. I'm really excited. I got to tell you that when I do get it, though, I'm probably just going to jump right into it in game that night. I'm really looking forward to playing that pack, exploring it. The only thing I was like a little disappointed by, and this comes from the foodie part of me, the kitchen. The kitchen was a letdown. I expected more for the kitchen in a royalty and legacy pack. Maybe like a wall oven, maybe like a double range kind of a thing. something more regal looking. I will drink to that. Mm, that's a good point. This is true. This is very true. Oh yeah. You know what? Life and Death would go really well with this pack, especially the kitchen stuff, because it has the marble counters and it has the almost the gold look to some of the appliances. It would be, yeah, you could definitely mix it up. Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's a really good point, Rocky. I like that idea a lot. Thank you for that. I'm going to try that. I will definitely give it a shot. Maybe I'll do it on the next podcast because since we have the game, we can jump in and do some. Maybe I'll renovate the new house that I'm working on because I do have a new show coming out. Because I don't know if you saw the last episode, my longtime sim Leah met her demise. But no, not it's not bad news though. She has a new life ahead of her with her husband beside her, and they are going to explore all of the temples of Selva Dorada. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. And here's the thing, they're not going to have jobs. All of their income is going to be from the Salvadoradian adventures. So yeah, so I've already shot some footage for that. I'm hoping to wrap up 5 kids in the next, I would say, 2 to 3 weeks. And Nina and Amanda should be wrapped up in about 3 to 4 weeks currently, if I don't break in between. And that's the next series that's going to follow that, if not sooner. Because, sometimes running 3 or 4 series at a time, it's like, well, yeah, yeah. I know I can only do two at a shot and the podcast. So it's like, and the podcast is actually the simplest one because you're on live, you don't have to edit it, and it's just, what you see is what you get. Oh, thank you, Lyra. Yes, I saw your comments the other day. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Yeah, Lyra was watching my videos the other day, and I was very happy about that. I was like, "Oh my God, look at all the comments!" I always get excited when I see the comments, even the negative ones. Yeah, I got a funny story. I got a funny story for you. My first hater, right? My first hater. I was like, "Oh my God, I got a hater!" I had maybe, I think, about 20 subscribers at the time. And I was like, I got a hater. Oh my God, Marty, come over here. I got a hater. And he looks at it and goes, that's great. Because one of the things I believe is that haters are a sign of success. And I've always believed that throughout my career because the more you're not going to please everybody. Somebody's going to hate you for whatever reason. Someone's going to hate me today for whatever I said, you know. But the thing that I look at is if you have haters, you're doing something right. Just because as many people that hate you, there are twice as many that love you. And that's the ratio. Because think about it, even the people that we think are the most hated, right? Think of the most hated person you can think of as at current time without saying who it is. There are 10 times the amount of people that love that person for whatever reason. Except that they, yeah, exactly. 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 And that's I think that's the secret really to I heard this one of the shows I love to watch. I'm going to give a huge shout out to them because I think they are awesome. Are the Y Files. I absolutely love the Y Files. It is a weekly thing with Marty and I. We will watch General Hospital and then we will watch the Y Files. And I love the Y Files because it reminds me of a show called Coast to Coast, which was on the radio. And they used to talk about all these crazy things like the Loch Ness Monster, alien abductions, um, things you see on Stranger Things, basically all that. And they've actually just launched a new podcast. It's him and his wife. And also, he has other guests too, aside from him and his wife. And they were talking about how they got started and how the channel came into being. And it was like a 2 hour podcast. And I was glued to this thing for 2 hours straight, sitting there just watching them. And one of the things they said is the key to building a successful YouTube channel. And these are people with 5 million subscribers currently. Your community. Your community is everything. So if you have the community and they stay with you from the beginning, those are going to be your ride or dies towards the end. They're going to be with you as you grow. And they're going to be the number one people that are going to be by your side through everything. Like, I remember when Deligracy started out. Yes. 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 Right. Absolutely. That's absolutely true. And Lyra just said, I can't stand haters. Keep that negative trash to yourself. I understand that too because if they're really, really bad, I will hide them, you know, and if they're totally bad, I will block them. But, if they say something stupid, I'll be like, yeah, okay, whatever. But if they're really, really bad, yeah, I'll hide them from the channel, let them talk to air. Well, but that's the thing. They think that they're still talking on the channel, but no one sees them. So if you really want to make a hater really frustrated, do that to them. Really, Max? Max agrees. That was my dog in the background. He wants to get out. My husband's coming to let him out. But Candy says, for sure, Jen, that is a great concept. And in order to hate, you must be envious or jealous of the person to let that sit in. Yes. Yes, that's a big point. That's I think why you have haters half the time because they are envious and jealous of you. And that's why they come across the way they do. You don't know what's going on in their life. Maybe they're just like, why did they have to have that? Blah, 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 it could be for a variety of reasons. And yes, I agree with Candy Lyra. Your stream last night was a lot of fun. I wish I could have stayed longer. I was just like crashing out because I had just rendered a video. Um, but it looked like so much fun. I can't wait to see your next stream. Are you going to go live today, Lyra? And if you are, I will definitely catch you. And if you have your link for your live today, please feel free to post it in the chat, also on my Discord. Oh, yeah, the giveaway tonight. Yes, that's something I want to mention. Tonight, KT is also doing a giveaway for the Royalty and Legacy pack. So if you go to her live stream you will be able to win a royalty and legacy pack tonight. So be sure to catch Just a Mom That Sims as she goes live tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 Central, which is always a good time. We always show up there too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you definitely, the way I feel is so many people have helped me, I want to help back. Even though KT has a lot more than I do, subscribers, I want to help her too, get even more and become even more popular because I think that's what we do as a community. We bolster each other up. And also check out Rockie at Simply Simulated. She has amazing content, including her incredible Brew and Bloom challenge. And Rockie, if you want to post that in the chat, please feel free as well. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Well, this has been so much fun today. It really has been. We've been on for a little over an hour and a half. I'm thinking we may go about 2 hours or so, but we'll see what happens. Uh, although my voice is starting to go, so I got it off a little early. Thank you, Rocky. And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday Morning Coffee Talk again. And thank you, everybody in chat, Lyra, Candy. It was so great to have you here. So I think that's where we're going to leave off the podcast. And remember, if you liked this content, please like, share, subscribe. Always click notifications so you know when the next video is coming out. We didn't get to gameplay today. We may get to it next week. And be on the lookout for my new show, Leah and Javi's Salvadoradian Adventures. Until next time, this is, yes. And also try Rocky's Brew and Bloom Challenge. It's going to be amazing. Hop onto Just a... Yay! Where did you get that? Is that on Discord? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, I love that. That is so cool. I did not know that. See, I just learned something new. Yes. It was my pleasure. Thank you for coming on to Sunday Morning Coffee Talk. And everyone, please be safe. Have a wonderful Sunday. See you later on the next episode of Sunday Morning Coffee Talk. Until then, this is Jen, the GX. Bye. Take care. Bye bye.